All right, so let's take a look at a homework problem here, and we'll use the spreadsheet to analyze this. But first, I just want to go over a little notation of limits. So I have this notation down here. LIM stands for limit. X approaches 5, and then f of x. Instead of f of x, I could actually write what f of x is. I'm just going to write that again. Limit, abbreviated LIM, as x approaches 5 of x squared minus 25x, or 25 over x minus 5. Now, as far as approaching 5, right, that's what this says, approach 5. I can do that in a couple of different ways. I can approach 5 on the left side, right below. So here I am on the left side. I am below. I am less than 5. Than has an H in it, doesn't it? There we go. Oops. Or I could be on the other side of 5, right? I could be on the right side of 5. I could be above 5. I could be greater than 5. The other greater. So there is notation for being on the left side or the right side for being above or below. So for this side over here, for that list of numbers right there, I would say we're going to find the limit as x approaches 5 on the left side. So the negative symbol means look on the left side. So that would mean using numbers like 4.9, 4.99, 4.999. So that right there means less than. And sometimes that's to the left, but it could be a y value we're talking about. So it could be above or below, and below, I guess, in this case. And this one over here on this side, oops, these numbers over there, that would be the limit as x approaches 5 on the right side. Okay, so I'm not talking about -5 here, because that would be a negative would go on the left here. So if that symbol is on the right, that means look on the left side, lower than 5. And if there's a plus on this side, it means the upper side. So I'm picking numbers that are greater than 5. And these two types of limits are called one-sided limits. Okay. And this limit up here, well, we don't say whether we're on the left or the right. This is a two-sided limit. And a two-sided limit only exists if the left side and the right side do the same thing. So if the left and right limits match, then the two-sided limit has a value. Otherwise, the limit doesn't exist if they don't match. The two-sided limit only exists if the left and the right agree with each other. So we're going to pull this into that spreadsheet I was playing with earlier. So I'll show you how to modify that spreadsheet for this particular problem. I want here and here. So I'm going to make a new tab on this. So if you already made a copy of it, you might want to make another copy of it or just follow along. And let's add a new one. And in this case, I want to keep track of x and my f of x. And so I'm just going to write what f of x was. F of x was x squared minus 25, close parentheses, divided by parentheses x minus 5. And the spreadsheet has no idea what x means. It's just x. It's just a letter. So all I'm doing is typing a label here for what I'm going to calculate. And in this case right here, it's a little easier than the previous problem because I'm not keeping track of x and y. All I have to do is keep track of x and the function value right there. I just want to pick the function values I was given. So like 4.9 and 4.99 and 4.999. I think it was just given those three. Let's double check. Where'd you go? Over here. Yep. Oh, one more. 4.999. And then it's a I need one more 9, don't I? Now it's just a matter of typing this where I tell the calculator that X is right next to me, right there. So difference is I have to start off with an equal sign because I'm doing a calculation. Otherwise, I just type it pretty much the same way. Parentheses for the numerator. There's the X value I want. Square it, and then subtract 25. Close the numerator. Divide with the slash. Start the denominator. Parentheses are essential. Otherwise, you screw up the order of operations. I want that same X value, and then minus 5. And each time I do this calculation, I'm always grabbing the number next to me. So that means I can fill this formula down, and Google's going to offer that. Yes, please. All right, so on the left side, it looks like we're approaching 10. Cool. So I'm just going to recopy that whole thing there. Actually, I don't even need to. I'm just going to do it down here. So let's see, 5.1, 5.01. Right, I want to just keep getting closer to 5. 5.001, and I believe the next one should be 5.0001. I do that correctly. Let's double check homework. Yep, and they give me the first answer. Thank you very much for that. All right, so that matches, so this better match what I was given. And it's the same formula, so I'm just going to grab that and fill it down. To fill down a formula, you just click on it once and then point to the bottom right corner, get that plus icon, and drop it down. All right, yeah, looks like on each side, we're approaching 10. So on your homework, you might have slightly different numbers. Enter each of your Y values, and then state what you believe based on the patterns you see above. The left side seems to be approaching 10. The right side seems to be approaching 10. So the two-sided limit here must be approaching 10.